Hello, class 7. So, we are studying chapter number 9, that is soil. Yes, we are studying chapter number 9, that is soil. So, last time we studied horizon of soil. Yes, and we also seen what is the meaning of soil. We also studied what is soil profile. So, the different topics we studied in previous class. Today we will also study the different topic. Okay, so our first topic is parts of soil. Okay, parts of soil. So kids, first of all we will study the topic parts of soil, then we will revise the previous class topic. Okay, first of all we will study this topic, then we will revise previous class topics. Okay, so parts of soil. So in our soil different things are present. Yes, so our soil contains small rock particles. Yes, small rock particles are present. Yes, so and in our soil sand is present. Well, these small rock particles are formed due to weathering process. Yes, these small rock particle you can see by touching, you will found very small particles. Yes, these are formed by weathering process. Well, we will also study about the weathering. Okay, keep patience. In next slide after 5 to 6 minutes later we will study about the weathering also. Okay, so there are many small particles present of various materials. Okay, like sand, clay. Okay, and they are present because depend upon the rocks from which the particles were formed by weathering process. Yes, these sand, clay, these particles were formed by weathering process. Okay, so these are present in our soil. These are the parts of soil. Well, if you take a magnet and just take some soil in a bowl, or just take some soil in a beaker, and just revolve the magnet in the soil, you will see that many particles will stick to the magnet. You will see that many particles stick to the magnet. These are actually iron particle. So we can also say in the soil iron particle also present. Iron particle also present. Yes, and you know that soil is humus. Yes, soil contains humus. Soil contains humus. Yes, because soil has water also. Soil has water also. So water is also the part of soil. Yes, soil contains water also. Yes, and if you dig, you will find small insect, bacteria. So we can say that insect are also the part of soil. If you dig the soil, you will find the root of the soil. So the root are also, earthworm. You might have seen the earthworm in the soil. Yes, earthworm is also the reason. Earthworm is also the part of the soil. So and if we talk, um, there are many pebbles also present. So you might have seen pebbles, and many dead materials are present. Dead and decay material are present. Yes, because humus is a dark substance which is formed from dead and decay material. Yes, humus is a what is humus? What is humus? What is humus? Humus is a dark material which is formed from dead and decay substance, and humus help to grow the plants. Yes, humus help to grow the plants because humus contains minerals and nutrients, many nutrients. Okay, so as you know, weathering of rock produces small particle of various material. These include sand and clay. Depend upon the rock from which particles were formed. Yes, that is present the rock. The mixture of rock particles and humus is called the soil. Yes, The mixture of rock particles and humus is called the soil. So what is soil? This is the definition of soil. This is the definition of soil. What is soil? The mixture of rock particles and humus. The mixture of rock particles and humus is called the soil. Rock particles formed by weathering process. Rock particles formed by weathering process. Living organisms such as bacteria, plant roots, earthworm, iron, they are all are the parts of any soil. Okay. I hope you understood this topic. I hope you understood this topic, parts of soil. Now, kids, let's talk about the previous class topic. Yes, because kids, it is very important to do the revision. Yes, it is very important to do the revision. Without revision, the it will not work. Yes, without revision, we cannot move ahead. So, kids, in previous class, we studied about the soil. Yes, so you know that soil is one of the most important natural resource. Yes, it because soil help in growth of plants. Yes, it also hold the root, it supply the water, it has many nutrients, so it supply the nutrients also, and it is the home of many organisms. Yes, soil is the home of many organisms. One more point, soil is essential for agriculture. Soil is very important for agriculture. Agriculture provides food. Agriculture provides food and clothing as well as shelter for all. So we can say soil is thus an inseparable part of our life. Yes, soil is an inseparable part of our life. We also studied about the soil profile. Yes, vertical section through the different layer of soil is present is known as soil profile. Yes, each layer is different in color, depth, and chemical composition. There are three main layers of soil. There are three main layers of soil. These layers of soil are also known as horizon of the soil. Yes, these layers of the soil are also known as horizon of the soil. So there are three horizon, or you can say there are three layer: A horizon, B horizon, C horizon. A horizon, B horizon, C horizon, and last is just below the C horizon is bedrock. Well, actually, the horizon of soil, or you can say layer of soil, the horizon of soil, or you can say layer of soil. Actually, we can divide it into five part. Actually, horizon of soil, or you can say soil profile, it is divided actually into five parts: O horizon, A horizon, B horizon, C horizon, R horizon. But mainly we study only three horizon: A horizon, B horizon, C horizon. So A horizon is known as topsoil. A horizon is known as topsoil. B horizon is known as middle layer. B horizon is known as middle layer. C horizon is known as bedrock. C horizon is known as bedrock. So let's study about A horizon. Let's study about A horizon. So the uppermost horizon is generally dark in color. Yes, A horizon is dark in color. Why A horizon is dark in color? A horizon is the topmost layer, or you can say uppermost layer. Why is it dark in color? Because as it is rich in humus and mineral. Yes, because it contains humus and mineral. The humus makes the soil fertile. Yes, humus makes the soil fertile. That's why the plants can easily grow. Humus makes the soil fertile and provides nutrients for growing plants. Yes, it provides nutrients to grow the plants. This layer is generally soft. Yes, A horizon means topsoil is soft, porous. Yes, it means porous. That's why it can absorb water and retain more water. It is called the topsoil or A horizon. Let's talk about the B horizon. B horizon is known as middle layer. So this is the next layer, because in A horizon, lot of humus and minerals are present. But in B horizon, lesser amount of humus present, but more amount of mineral present. Lesser amount of humus present, but more amount of mineral present. Okay, and this compact layer is generally harder and more compact. Yes, it is little bit hard. Okay, not soft. So it is called P horizon. In this horizon, you will found that water. You will found many organism also found. Okay, now let's talk about the sea horizon. So in the third layer is the sea horizon. The third layer is a sea horizon. Yes, the third layer is a actually a sea horizon. So in this layer also water is found between the rocks. Okay, this is this layer is made of small lumps of rock. Yes, and with cracks. In the crack water is present. So below this layer is bedrock. Below this layer is bedrock, and which is hard and difficult to dig with spade. I hope you understood. Now let's study about a new topic, that is weathering. Let's move on the next point. Okay, let's study about a new topic, that is weathering. Yes, WHEATHERING. Yes, please check out the spelling. Check out the spelling. WHEATHERING. Weathering. Okay. So, what is weathering? Actually, weathering is a process by which rocks divide into small particle and soil is formed. Yes. Do you know how is soil formed? Do you know how does the soil form? Do you know how does the soil form? Do you know how does the soil form? Well, for your kind information, let me tell you that formation of soil is not as easy person as easy um, as you think. Yes, it's not as easy as you think. Formation of soil is not as easy as you think. It's a very long process. It takes several of year, thousand of year, then soil is formed. Yes. Well, when the rain occur, what happens when the rain occur? When the rain falls, that time the rain fall on the mountains. Yes, rain also fall on the mountains. Rain falls on the big rocks. When the heavy rains fall, because of rain, the cracks come between the rock. The cracks come between the rocks, and the particles started breaking down. The particles started breaking down, and the same process occur when the wind blew. Suppose the wind is blowing very fast. Because of wind, the mountains will the mountain rock, the stone will break down. They will fall. When they will fall, they will break. The crack will come. They will convert into small particle. And hail also help. When the because of snowfall, they also convert into small particle. But it is not easy process. It takes many time. And not only these things, due to sunlight, because of sunlight, also rock convert into small particle. Then slowly these small particles convert into soil. Yes. So the sunlight also help in this process. Yes, sunlight also help in this process. Sunlight also helps in this process. Yes, kids. So for your information, let me tell you that uh, when during the summer, when there is more heat, then there is more heat. Because of heat, the stones started warming. Yes, they get heat, and because of heat, the cracks start coming. Yes, the cracks start coming, or you can say frost. Okay, so they start breaking down, and the fine particle material start forming. Okay, so when the small particles formed because of wind, because of rain, because of ice, because of heat, because of cold, these small particles contain many things. Yes, these small particle contain many things. Yes, in these small particles, minerals are present, nutrients are present, like iron is present, and other thing like silica is present. Yes, and many more things are present. Yes, so these small particles, after many years, break down and break down and break down and form the soil. So in this way soil is formed. So this process of formation of soil is known as weathering. So what is weathering? The soil is formed by the breaking down of rocks. The soil is formed by the breaking down of rocks, due to the action of wind, water, climate. This process is known as weathering. Yes, weathering is a process by which the rock particles break down and form the soil due to the action of wind, water, heat, cold, rain, ice, hail, blah 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 blah. Yes, I hope you understood. Now let's study the different types of soil. Let's move on the next point. Okay, it's time to study the different types of soil. Yes, so soil is present in many types. So mainly soil can be divided into three category. Okay, soil can be categorized into three part. First is sandy soil, second is clay soil, third is loamy soil. Sandy soil. What is the spelling of sandy soil? SANDY. Sandy, SOIL soil. What is the spelling of clay soil? CLAYEY. Clay soil. SOIL. Loamy soil. What is the spelling of loamy soil? LOAMY. Loamy soil. So there are different types of soil. Okay, sandy soil, clay soil, loamy soil. Yes, there are different types of soil: sandy soil, clay soil, loamy soil. So the soil is classified on the properties of particle at various sites. Yes, actually we have divided the soil, we have classified, we have made the different types of soil, we have made the different type of soil. Actually we have classified the soil on the basis of size of particles and their proportion, on the basis of size of particles and their proportion. So now let's talk about, first of all let's talk about sandy soil. Yes, so if we talk about the sandy soil, in sandy soil big particles are present. Yes, so the amount of big particles in sandy soil is more. Yes, the amount of big particles in sandy soil is more. Yes, in the amount of big particles in sandy soil is more in comparison to other soil, so if soil contains greater proportion of big particle, it is called sandy soil. If soil contains greater proportion of big particles, it is called sandy soil. Well, this sandy soil is not more useful because it contains big particles, so it is not useful soil. Okay, it is found in desert area. Okay, kids. Now let's talk about the clay soil. Okay, so you know that kids, in sandy soil big particles are present. But if we talk about the clay soil, in clay soil, particles are uh, little bit small, okay, in comparison to sandy soil, so if the proportion of fine particle is relatively higher, then it is called clay soil. Yes, okay, so in this soil particles are not as bigger in comparison to sandy soil. Okay, so you might have seen the clay soil, it is found near the water. Okay, it is found near the water. It is useful to grow the rice. Okay, now let's talk about the loamy soil. Loamy soil, LOAMY. if the amount of large and fine particle is about the same. Yes. In sandy soil big particles are present, and in clay soil small particles are present, but in loamy soil both particles are present but in equal proportion. Yes, in loamy soil both particles are present. Yes, large and fine particles both are present, but they are in the equal proportion, in equal amount. So we can say, if the amount of large and fine particles, if the amount of large and fine particle is about the same, then it is called loamy soil. Yes, if the amount of large and fine particle is about the same, then it is called loamy soil. So loamy soil is the best soil. Loamy soil is the best soil. So it is found in it is found in the field where the farmers grow different kind of plants like wheat. They grow the cereals, they grow the vegetables. So it is very useful for the wheat, maize, millet, pea, and many kind of grain. So it is very useful for the different type of gram. So loamy soil is the best soil. Well, useless soil is sandy soil. Clay soil is also good soil, and clay soil is also used by the old people when they make their houses. Okay. Loamy soil is the best soil. I hope you understood the different type of soil. Yes, there are three type of soil: sandy soil, clay soil, loamy soil. Okay, kids. Now let's study the properties of soil. Let's move on the next point. Okay, let's talk about the properties of soil. So property number one: percolation rate of water in soil. Yes. Well, different soil have different percolation rate. Percolation rate means how fast will the soil absorb the water. Well, if we talk about the sandy soil, it cannot retain the water, and all the water will go inside the earth. Well, and so it will never remain moisturized. If we talk about the clay soil, well, it retain the more water, so it remain for a long time uh, moist. If we talk about the loamy soil, it also remains moist. Okay, it all absorb the water, but it can retain the water. Okay, and so we can calculate the percolation rate also. Okay, we can calculate the percolation rate by a simple formula. We can calculate that how much water is absorbed by the soil by a simple formula. The formula of percolation rate of water is amount of water divided by percolation time. Yes, so what is percolation rate? The amount of water absorbed by soil in unit time is known as percolation, okay, rate. So percolation rate can be calculated into milliliter per minute. Okay, and moisture in soil, if we talk about it, soil moisture is difficult to define because it means different things in different discipline. Yes, because in different soil different moisture is present. Yes, and for example, a farmer concept of soil moisture is different from that of water resource manager of weather. Yes, for this farmer the concept of soil moisture may be different. Yes. And for because the weather resource manager has a different calculation idea, so they have different thing. So it depends. Okay. Generally, however, soil moisture is the water that is held in the space between soil particle. Yes. Generally, what is the meaning of soil moisture? Soil moisture is actually that water which is held in the space between the soil particle. Okay. Now, next topic we will study in next class. It's time to ask question from you. Let's move on the next point. Okay, so it's time to ask question from you. Question number one: Define weathering. Yes. What is weathering? It's what is weathering? What is weathering? So, weathering is a process of breaking down of rocks. Weathering is a process of breaking down of rocks by the action of wind, water, and climate. This process is known as weathering. Yes, weathering is the process of breaking down of rocks. Weathering is a process of breaking down of rocks by the action of wind, water, climate. This process is known as weathering. Question number 2. Explain the different type of soil. Yes, explain the different type of soil. There are three type of soil: sandy soil, clay soil, loamy soil. So what is sandy soil? If soil contains greater proportion of big particles, it is called sandy soil. Okay. What is clay soil? If the proportion of fine particle is relatively higher, then it is called clay soil. What is loamy soil? If the amount of larger and fine particle is about the same, if the amount of larger and fine particle is about the same, then it is called loamy soil. Okay, question number 3. Which is the best soil? Yes. Uh, Loamy soil is the best soil. Why? Because it contains the amount of larger and small particle in the same proportion. But in sandy soil contains the proportion of big particle is more in comparison to small particle. And in clay soil, the proportion of fine particle is higher. Okay. Now, question number 4. What is soil made up of? Well, you know, kids, what is soil? What is soil? You know what is soil? What is soil? The mixture of rock particles and humus is called soil. The mixture of rock particles and humus is called soil. So we can say that soil is made up of rock particles, humus, bacteria, water, minerals. Okay, so all these things are included in soil, except apart from these, sand and clay also included. Apart from these, sand and clay also included in soil. Question number 5, last question. How is soil formed? Yes, soil is formed by weathering process. Soil is formed by weathering process. Yes. So due to the wind, rain, hail, ice, heat, cold, because of them, the crack comes in the soil, the crack comes in the rock, the crack come in the rock, and the rock divide into small fine particles which contains many minerals, nutrients, oxide of iron, sand, quartz. In this way, by weathering process, soil is formed. So we can say that the soil is formed by the breaking down of rocks due to the action of wind, rain, heat, ice, cold. Okay, this process is known as weathering. Now the remaining we will study in next class. In next class we will study about the soil erosion and many more topic. Okay, we will meet in next class. Till then,